Specimen number 3817-A46. Observation record 23. Subject has been successfully grafted with genetic splicing in occult faculties. At first, the subject seemed unresponsive to treatment, indicating genetic fusion had failed. My assistant was tasked with disposing of the body, and upon initiation of necropsy, the subject unexpectedly sprang to life. It seemed as though the nerve receptors responded to the strong stimulus of separation, causing the hybrid's spontaneous excitable activity. As of yet, it is unclear if the specimen attacked and subsequently killed my assistant as a defense mechanism only, or if some other underlying malignant nature is at work. For now, the subject has been isolated in containment unit number 289-S7 while more research is being conducted. It is unfortunate my assistant did not make it and died shortly after the attack as a result of his injuries. However, he certainly accepted the risks of such a precarious position, and his untimely death may lead to the betterment of mankind overall. In actuality, a valuable sacrifice. Follow-up studies have been scheduled for a week from now. Specimen number 3817-A46. Observation record 27. The subject's eyes had gone pale, almost misty, as if the creature had died while in captivity. However, life signs were indicated to persist, and as such, no personnel were allowed to be within close proximity to the subject, interact with it, or attempt to discard it. A few days later, its eyes had turned a deep yellow color, even shining through the darkness of its cell, as if they glowed with some bioluminescence. This is noted as a great accomplishment in progress, indicating much of the host's genetic attributes have been passed through to the subject via integration and splicing efforts. Also of note is the creature's size, still relatively small, indicating easier containment and control in opposition to the source of its enhanced genetic material. It should be at least included in the report that one of the maintenance workers reported an odd behavior. It was said the thing was licking at the floor and wall, but from some distance away. Its tongue was more than 3 times the length of its entire black, fur-covered body, including its tail. However, it should also be noted that this behavior has not yet once been observed firsthand and will require further analysis. Subsequent reports to follow. Specimen subject number 3817-A46. Observation record 32. I think we've done something really stupid here. How could we be so careless? We all believed that by utilizing a control subject to be integrated with that monster found in New Mexico, that would be safe. That such traits could never pose a threat in a species so small. We should have known. The team is tracking it now, but I fear they will be unsuccessful. The thing has all the capabilities of that hairless canine-looking beast. Its serpent tongue, its unnatural strength, and its underlying empirical functions. The subject used its serpent-like tongue to not only escape, it at first pulled the maintenance worker into the cell with it, through those little vent holes, like sucking a cracker through a straw. My god, I can't ever unsee that sight. The screaming, the snapping of bones, the geysers of blood, all captured on the security footage. By the time the response team had gotten there was nothing left of the man but a few bloody chunks of sinew, muscle, connective tissue, and bone fragments. The thing simply tore him apart, consuming most of him and leaving so little left, I don't think there's enough to fill a bucket with him. Or what was left of him. Also, by the time the team had arrived, the specimen had escaped, having used the slightly widened hole from forcing its prey through the barrier to abscond. If it's anything like its genetic host, they won't find it. It's too good at hiding. But it's the other empirical function that worries me. Makes me feel like we've undone all humanity has accomplished once with that. Its drive to breed and its compatibility with the rest of the rat species. If this thing is successful, humanity may find itself outnumbered by a force we can no longer control, lowering our status on the food chain. If it ever does come to pass, and I strongly believe it we will be outnumbered by an unconquerable new species, unkillable and unquenchable. This is what happens when you try to play God. The devil answers back with a race of monsters that will undo us all.